This is AM 1220, KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma City.
The following is a paid program. The views and opinions expressed or products endorsed are not necessarily those of KTLV, its staff, or management.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy good morning to you, wherever you are. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and this show is an emergency because I'm calling upon you, the intelligent, the most hospitable people in the world, to help us during this broadcast. I need your help immediately. And today's program is being made possible by your Allstate Independent Insurance Agent, Marilyn Hildred. Now, I want you to listen real carefully because I need your help. Let me give you my telephone number, 672-1220, or you may call 424-1420. Mr. Willie King is missing. Let me repeat that. Mr. Willie King, a member of the New Jerusalem Church of God in Christ, is missing, and we need your help. Let me supply you with some facts. You have your pencils. I want you to write it down because we've got to find Mr. King immediately. Many of you know Mr. King as an usher at the New Jerusalem Church of God in Christ. Many of you call him Deacon King at the New Jerusalem Church of God in Christ. Many of you know that he's the president of the Brotherhood at the New Jerusalem Church of God in Christ. Many of you know him as a faithful husband, a devoted neighbor. But Mr. Willie King is missing, and we've got to find him in a few minutes. In fact, I would like for some of you to call me out here and tell me that you have seen him. He was last seen about 4 p.m. Friday at the University Hospital where he was working as a volunteer. He has worked there for a volunteer for a number of years, and he loved it. Now, what is really mysterious about this? He always signed out. He did not sign out, and he never leaves his station. So our search must be at the University Hospital. We must search every room, every waiting room, every rest room, every closet. We must find Mr. Willie King. He was last seen wearing a green jumpsuit with a volunteer gray jacket. It's a smart-like jacket. He usually wears a gray stocking cap and a tea brown jacket. Now remember, Mr. King was last seen yesterday at the University Hospital, and he works on a volunteer station, and he never leaves his station. Now you may also help us by, let's check all the parking lots for an 84 Dodge, gray and maroon striped. He works once again as a volunteer at OMH. Now, I know you're going to help us. Now, we know he's missing because Mr. King never misses an appointment, and one of his true love, is singing. And remember, this is a van that I'm talking about. 84 Dodge, gray and maroon striped van. Let's find that automobile. Let's find Mr. King. He has a cellular telephone. The number is 650-5159. We've got to find Mr. King. He's about 5 feet 8 inches. He weighs between 185 and 190 pounds. Now, once again, Mr. King did not sign out, and that's something that's unusual. This has never happened before. He was scheduled to pick up his check out to an auction place where he worked, but he did not pick up his check. He was scheduled on a program, the New Jerusalem Hearts, in Gainesville, Texas last night. He was scheduled to leave Oklahoma City at 5 o'clock, and the singing group was over to his house at 5 o'clock, but Mr. King was absent. Let us find Mr. King. Now, many of you will know him as the devoted husband of Mrs. Georgie King. That telephone number is 424-1420. Once again, today's program is one that you can help. Let's get out and find Mr. Willie King. It is true that Mr. King is on medication. He's had some heart problems, but we are going to have to find Mr. King. Now, we understand all of the rules of the game. The police department is certainly cooperating with us, but this is going to take every one of us to get out here and help find Mr. Willie King. Many of you know him. He used to work at Tinker Field. He wanted to help somebody, and he was a volunteer at the University Hospital. The Dodge van, and let me give you the license number. Write it down, XJH621. Once again, the Dodge van, and that's van, 84 model van, Dodge, gray and maroon striped. The number, tag number is XJH621. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and if I can help someone as I travel on life's road, then I know my living will not be in vain, and you can help me. If you work at the University Hospital in that area, tell the leaders and everything that we've got to find Mr. Willie King. He must be in that area. He did not check out of the hospital. He did not check out. He was not a patient in the hospital. He was a volunteer. Mrs. King and her son Ron are expecting you to help them because they have always helped everybody else, and now it's their turn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a serious matter. It is a serious matter. I've looked into the eyes of the lovely Mrs. Georgia King as she related to me the years that she and Mr. King had been together. And when you have lived with a gentleman who had never disappointed you, a gentleman who's there when he says that he's going to be there, and you know he's missing, you can understand what Mrs. King is going through. Mrs. King would like to express her appreciation to her pastor, Dr. Bobby Williams, and her neighbor, Mrs. Leola Ford, and others that have put their arms of protection around them. But we need your help, and Oklahoma City is a caring town. We do care about people. We are concerned about people, and I know today you appreciate the fact that I have given you an opportunity to be a part of this search. Let's search everywhere we can find. And once again, we've got to find Mr. Willie King, who was last seen on Friday, and he did not check out. He was scheduled to check out at 4 p.m., but he did not check out according to his supervisor. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and today's show is being made possible by our sponsors. If you're talking about insurance, let's talk about Marilyn Hildred, 8430811, or you can call her at 427-8399. Now, I had a gentleman to tell me, say, Miss Luper, if black people were sincere about helping black people, they would help those blacks that are in business. They would assure them that they had their support. And we have some fabulous insurance agents. Not only Maryland, we have my other pride and joy, Harold Ford, and others that are in the insurance business. Let's look into our neighborhood first. That's Allstate Insurance Company, and you find you an agent. Maryland said, and Harold said the same thing. Just let them look at your policy, and then you determine. Hometown IGA is located at 2001 Northeast 23rd Street and is open 24 hours for your convenience. If you're talking about groceries, be sure and check the special sales at Hometown IGA. Mr. Robert Gates and Mr. Gamble join us today in saying, help us find Mr. King. Many of you will be coming in and out of the barber shop at 2609 North Martin Luther King, where you can get the traditional haircut, the modern haircut, and if you want to move into the 21st century with your haircuts, you can do it at Gates Barber Shop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King. And Mr. Gates and Mr. Gamble are going to do everything they can in spreading the word today that Mr. King is missing, and we are going to find him. The telephone number is 672-1220, and I'm calling upon the people at the University Hospital, other hospitals, to be on the lookout for Mr. King. He has all of his identification cards and things with him. Dr. A.L. Dow joins in the search for Mr. King today. And Dr. A.L. Dow is located at 934 Northeast 8th Street in Oklahoma City. You may call him at 235-0536. Dr. A.L. Dow, 235-0536, and you may call him for an appointment. When we think of home and health care, we've got to think of Passion Home and Health Care. Passion Home and Health Care, a new concept in taking care of those who are not able to take care of themselves. Would you like for someone to come in your home, administer the medicine that is needed? Would you like to have a nurse on duty to take care of you? Well, Passion Home Health Care is located in Oklahoma City, and it's what I call a new health care service agency coming to serve you and the people you know who need services. There's a staff of trained health care professionals that take care of the clients in homes, performing duties such as dressing changes, such as all kind of nursing care, such as specimen draws, and the list goes on and on. The nurses are in close contact with the client's physicians and family members, informing them of any changes that might happen in the client's medical conditions. In addition, the staff includes certified home health aides that work under the nurse's supervision. They provide the clients with all aspects of personal care, such as bathing, skin and hair care, shaving, and assistance with meals to feeding the client. They also perform range of motion and prescribed exercise programs. Now that's Passion Home Care, owned by Deborah Jackson. The business telephone number is 943-5779. Tamara Moore is your special consultant. Once again, Willie King is missing. We've got to find Willie King. Call me at 672-1220 or call Mrs. Georgie King. Now, you can do this. Now, I just don't want you to tap the telephone and say, I'm sorry. Yes, it's good to be sorry, but we've got to find Mr. King. And to do it, it means that we're going to have to get in our automobiles and drive around and look. 424-1420. Now, Mr. King was born in 1927 in May. So he's a relatively young man, 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 185 to 190 pounds. That's Willie King. He was a volunteer, and he was on volunteer duty at University Hospital, and he did not check out yesterday, and that's something that he has never done before. Willie King. Once again, the telephone number out here is 672-1220. The telephone number of Mrs. Georgia King, his beautiful wife, is 424-1420. If you have any information, if you just have a little tiny bit of information, call 424-1420. And if you have some information, you may also call our police by calling 911. That information is very, very important. This is a time of year that we think about gifts, and let's think about J&J Gifts with silk floral arrangements, balloons, Afrocentric wedding invitations, collectible dolls, and more, all located at 1033 Northeast 36th Street. Jacqueline Johnson is the owner. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and now we're going down to the nitty-gritty on Miss Black, Oklahoma. It's time now for us to give you an idea and to tell you that Miss Black, Oklahoma will be televised live on Channel 25 on June the 22nd. Now, that's the state pageant. The city pageant will be held next Saturday night at Days Inn here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We will be telling you more about that. Now, many of you had called and asked, oh, who are some of the state contestants? Well, Altos has sent, and Altos has a beautiful young lady, Carla Satcher, Miss Black Altos. Cameron University, Carla Denise Dewberry. Now, these are the young ladies that will be coming to Oklahoma City on June the 22nd to participate in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Ardmore is sending a contestant. Clinton, Langston University's pageant will be on April the 27th. Muskogee and Muskogee County, Oklahoma City's pageant will be next Saturday night, and we will tell you the lovely finalists in that pageant. Oklahoma University has selected Renato Hill, a beautiful young lady, as their representative. On last Saturday night, Tulsa selected two young ladies to send to Oklahoma City, Miss Black Tulsa and Miss Black Tulsa County. Miss Black Tulsa is Shauna Dukes, who's related to the Burleys here in Oklahoma City. And Miss Tulsa County is Snow White. And I know you will remember that name, and many of you will be standing in line to see Snow White. University of Central Oklahoma, Ronella Walker, beautiful young lady. Yes, they are being selected, and Village has selected Miss Shakisha Langston. And those of you who have been inquiring about Miss Surrey Hill, Miss Surrey Hill tried it last year and didn't make it, but she will be back this year, the lovely Charlotte West. Putnam City has selected Darshina Antoinette Finley as Miss Black Putnam City. This will be the largest pageant in the 27-year history of the pageant. Now, invitations are being sent out. From what I hear, the committee wants the state pageant to look like the Emmy Awards. They want you to dress up in your best, semi-formal, because for the first time, pictures will be taken of those in the audience. Now, the state pageant will start at 7:30 p.m. Only the top 10 young ladies will perform their talent. And be sure and let everybody know. And we are really excited about it. Can you imagine this pageant being televised live by Fox in Channel 25 and taped by Cox at Channel 19, and it will be shown at a later date, taped. And I think congratulations are in order, and certainly I told you once, and I'll tell you, I want all my flowers and all my congratulations while I live, because when I die, I don't want you standing up talking about we resolve to remember Clara Luper. You resolve to support Clara Luper. Now, let's talk about the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant, which will be held next Saturday at exactly 7:30 p.m. at the Days Inn Motel. Now, that's located at 2616 South I-35. Now, in the pageant business, it's an interesting business, because you have a lot of people that say, oh, I want to be in the pageant. I want to be ready. But then you have to go through a lot of things. You have to do a lot to be in a pageant. It's hard work, but it pays. And if you don't believe it pays, you ask Miss Black America. I saw her perform in Tulsa on last Saturday night, and boy, people went wow. Yes, yes, yes. And then for the people down at Southwestern State University, they are getting ready for March the 30th. I had the opportunity to talk to Mr. Hayes and Mrs. Smith. They are having a big breakfast at 10 a.m. for their contestants. And those people at Southwestern State University believe that they are going to take Miss Black Oklahoma. They believe they are going to take the state. But you haven't seen nothing until you see Miss Black Oklahoma City. And I want to give a ticket away to somebody who has never been to one of our pageants. I just want to give you a ticket. So once I give you a ticket, you will never miss it because it's going to be a show. There are pages, there are escorts, and Mrs. Leola Ford says she has the best bunch of pages that you have ever seen. You will get to see all of these young, beautiful pages, and when I tell you they are beautiful, please believe me. You will also get to see the handsome escorts. The escorts this year are headed by Mrs. Lenora Davis, and she has done a beautiful job in getting everything together. We are getting it together. Johnson Shardina's preschool and nursery already has it together. Mr. Paul Matthews and Mrs. Gloria Matthews, all at 1643 Northeast 50th Street. You may call them 424-4656, and I would like for you to call them because they have educational programs that are available. They have a certified staff, preschool computer literacy, and they will pick up your child and deliver your child. Not only that, it's a spirit at Johnson Shardina's preschool and nursery. It's a spirit of caring. It's a spirit of knowing that you are loved, knowing that somebody is there to take care of your child, and you don't have to worry about your child being abused. Your only worry is that you didn't know until Clara Luper told you. You may call Gloria Matthews at 424-4656 or 427-5274. The Amigos Club will be celebrating its 47th anniversary tomorrow at exactly 2 o'clock at the Black P, according to Mrs. Letty Ruth Hunter, the president, and Mrs. Nancy Davis. This will be a program that they say will be quite outstanding. And if Letty Ruth Hunter and Nancy Davis say it, I believe it. It will be quite interesting. Those of you that would like to attend this affair, all you have to do is to call me out here. My telephone number is 672-1220. I have noticed that's very important because the members of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, the Oklahoma City Alumni Chapter, is doing something next Saturday from 9 to 12 at the Oklahoma Historical Society, located at 2100 North of Lincoln. The topic is Black History in Oklahoma. There will be door prizes and lunch. The participants are the high school students, grades 9 through 12. The registration is it starts at 8:30 a.m. Here's a number that you may call, 848-6524. That's the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. And I would like certainly to salute you Deltas for doing something in Black history in Oklahoma. Mr. Archie Hill, who is 62 years old, he's a black inmate at Lexington, and he was the first person in Oklahoma to be sentenced to life without parole for the nonviolent crime of cocaine. And he is faced now with a life and death situation, and he needs help. He has cancer, and everything has been removed just about because of cancer. It has spread it to his bones and liver. In summary, Mr. Archie Hill is dying in pain, and he says, will you please help me? He would like to get a medical parole with the electronic monitor. He is in prison. He's 62 years old. He has a terminal illness, and he says that a lot of people have sympathy for him, but he would like to die at home. He would like to die surrounded by his family and friends. And if you know anything that you can do to help Mr. Archie Hill, please let me know. You know, I told you last week that I'm very concerned with our people because drugs, that's just a new form of slavery. Once again, I want you to help us find Mr. Willie King, who was last seen at 4 p.m. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. Hello?
Hey, Clara.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
This is Nero. I don't want to break in on your program like this, but I got a ticket for the Miss Black America if somebody wants it.
Oh, so you will give away a ticket to
Yeah.
Miss Black, Oklahoma City?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Mr. Nero, thank you so very kindly, and I'm sure someone will call in and get it. Okay?
Well, do you have my number?
Is this Philip Nero?
Yeah, Emmett Nero.
Emmett Nero.
Yeah.
Okay, give me your number.
I'll put it in my envelope and put it in my mailbox because I'm fixing to leave.
Oh, you're leaving town?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that number?
2316 Merrimont.
2316 Miramar. Thank you so very kindly. You've always been one of our supporters.
Thank you.
This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and this is a show where we tell it like it is. Give me a free hand. Yes, we will give you a free hand. We will help you. We'll do everything that we can, and now we need your help. We are calling upon you. We need your help right now in finding Mr. Willie King. Those of you in the surrounding towns, you be on the lookout for an 84 Dodge, gray and maroon striped van. The number is XJH621. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. Now let's talk about Miss Black, Oklahoma City. We started out with 16 young ladies, and by Saturday night we will have the top. What do they say? The top, the cream, the best always comes to the top. Next week, one of these young ladies will be crowned Miss Black, Oklahoma City, and Miss Black, Oklahoma County. Artoria Butler, Tawana Carol White, Dolores Montgomery, Nakia Hannah, Jonah Marie Kimbrough, Angel Russell. You may pick your choice. The two of these young ladies will go on to represent the great city of Oklahoma City, the great county in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Now, those of you that are planning to attend, you better get your ticket now. It's just about a sellout to the Oklahoma City pageant. Those tickets are only $10, and that's Saturday, March the 23rd at 7:30 p.m. sharp. On last Saturday night, Tulsa, with a crowd like you have never seen before. You have never seen a crowd like you would have seen had you been in Tulsa on last Saturday night when Shauna Duke was crowned as Miss Black Tulsa and Snow White as Miss Tulsa County, Miss Black Tulsa County. Now, the big question is, can you beat Snow White? Well, I've talked to some of the other contestants, and those contestants down at Southwestern say they are ready. And someone has called me and asked me about Rose State. I don't know about Rose State. You have to call Rose State, because I would hate to be at a college as popular as Rose State and couldn't come up with a contestant in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Well, there's a helping hand, and we want to tell you more about that. And I want to give away a ticket. Call me 672-1220. Harold, I would like to welcome you to the Clara Luper Radio Show, and you're taking the place of Calvin today. How are you?
I'm fine, Mom.
All right, Harold, I understand that you have some Easter baskets. Tell me about them.
If you want to show appreciation and love for someone special, you need to purchase a basket by Maryland. We have different sizes from $7.95 to $16.95. We have some on display at United uh, Drugs at 36 in Spring Lake. We also have some at Circle J at Northeast 15th and Martin Luther King. Buy for less at the Northeast Shopping Center on Northeast 36. But you also can call me, Harold Green, at 424-3949, and we have special delivery. And we also have special orders that you can be made up, and you can call Maryland at 427-8399 or 843-0811.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, are these baskets beautiful?
Mother, you have to see these baskets. We have so many people that had called us and told us how we have so many things in it, from dolls, trucks, color books, cars and things. And we also have a special on citizen senior adult baskets for $25 and regular adult baskets for $35.
Okay, well, I got to get my husband to get me one of those baskets because I sure would like a basket. I guess I still have, what's that, spirit? I'm still a child at heart. I want me an Easter basket, and I want I want some candy in my basket. I want some Easter eggs, and I want a dog. If you want the same, call us 672-1220. Harold, do you have anything else you would like to say about those baskets?
Yes, Mother. Anyone that need a special type of basket, we also will make special orders, specially made up any way that you want it to be made. And you give us a call now at 424-3949 or 427-8399.
Well, Hazel Tugger was in Oklahoma City along with June and her son. And last night, Carolyn Pullen and her husband entertained them in their beautiful home. It was quite an entertainment, but the highlight of the entertainment was that Willie Germany the second. At Willie Germany Jr. explained things in detail, and incidentally, he's a police officer now, and he was out of sight. You get the prize, Willie. But Malachi Brown was back. Malachi Brown is now working for the Greyhound Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He graduated from Langston University and went to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and worked for a company without any glamour or what have you. And that's why every time I receive an award, Letty, I always say that I receive it on behalf of the unsung heroes.
That's right, because Miss Stevenson has done so many things, and she is one of those persons I feel that is an unsung hero. And if you have
Well, she's
not
on the
seen her, and
monument.
if you do not know her, come out on Saturday night and meet her. You never will regret it. And you'll say, where has this wonderful person been so long that I'm just not seeing her, I'm just not knowing about her. And maybe she has some former students that hasn't seen her for a while.
Or some friends. The tables are. We do have a few tickets left for the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant. They are only $10. And people have been calling us. We don't want them to get the Oklahoma City pageant confused with the Miss Black State pageant.
Oh, no.
We want them
So
to
we know the Oklahoma
understand.
City pageant is always held before we have the state pageant. So this is why I'm inviting you to come out to help select a state girl, because for the past 2 years we've had a winner. So come out and help us select another girl that would be a winner for Oklahoma. Because anytime someone leaves and make a good reputation for themselves, they're not only doing that, but they're doing it also for us and for Oklahoma.
Okay, well, we are real excited about it. And I love to see those pages walk out there.
Oh, don't
And those
dare.
pages are going to salute Mrs. Freddie Stevens.
I know
Because
that
in saluting Miss Freddie Stevens, they will be saluting all women that have made a contribution to America. And the real contributors are those mothers that have produced the doctors and the lawyers and what have you.
Okay, and tell Pete I got to get me one of those baskets. So I'm going to have to come out there and look at them baskets, because I need an Easter basket to go on my table for Easter.
Well, Harold, how are you going to react to that? Miss Hunter says she has to have an Easter
So
basket.
tell her I will bring her one over. We make deliveries, so be sure to call 424-3949 and we will deliver.
Okay, I'm gonna be looking I'm gonna call, but I know I better come and get mine because I'm kind of funny. I want to make my own selection.
Well, we
So
know
I'll
that.
be out to look at them and pick my own
We know
basket.
that. I'll see you tonight at the Ebony Fashion Fair.
Okay, bye
Letty.
now.
Okay, bye-bye. Well, Letty Hunter say that you should come out, and you should come out because you are part of the Miss Black Oklahoma. And we've had a lot of successes. We are the only state in the United States that has had two consecutive winners, and because of that, you should support us. So if you see me today, stop me and say, Clara, I'd like to buy a ticket. I can't go, but I'll do like Mr. Emmett Nero. I'll send somebody to represent me. This is a Clara Luper radio show. Hello?
Good morning, Miss Luper.
Yes.
This is Steve
Yes, Steve.
with the Sports Report.
Yes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Steve Brown, and I'm around with the sports news. Last week, 3 teams prevailed in the boys' championship tournament: the Star Spencer Bobcats, the John Marshall Bears, and the Tulsa Washington Hornets. First in Class 4A, the Star Spencer Bobcats defeated Veneta 64-59 to claim their 7th state title. Adrian Anderson led the way with 20 points for the Bobcats. Next, the Tulsa Washington Hornets rolled past Norman 70-55, capturing their 9th state title. Ryan Humphrey led with 20 points for the Hornets. And finally, the John Marshall Bears end their season by beating Tulsa McLean for the Class 5A state championship 71-60. Reggie Tate led the way for the Bears by making 8 out of 13 shots from the field and also grabbing 7 rebounds. The Bears earned their spot in sports history by being the only school to go undefeated in both football and basketball. Congratulations to the John Marshall Bears. And now time for a little basketball trivia. Who was the first black athlete to play in the NBA? The answer to this question is Charles Chuck Cooper. Next week, we'll take a look at baseball and how this year's high school teams fare up. This is Steve Brown saying, see you at the next game. Remember, this is Steve Brown on the Clara Luper Radio Show, and I will be around.
Thank you, Steve. Once again, we've got to find Mr. Willie King, and we at the University Hospital, I'm asking all of you to look everywhere for Mr. King. Willie King was last seen yesterday on Friday at the University Hospital. You may call 424-1420 or call us here at 672-1220. As we talk about what's happening, I would like to let you know that last week in Tulsa, the Oklahoma City NACP Youth Council won the #1 spot for being the best youth council in Region 6, which consists of Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. And we are going on to Charlotte, North Carolina, and do even better because you're going to help us. We need your support, and we need your support now. Those of you that have time, we would like for you to take time because everybody is busy. And I know I wouldn't miss for nothing in the world my children getting an education at Freedom Center on Monday night because we are very fortunate to have teachers, business people, and what have you working. We have an AXO program that involves young people in various fields, and we need your support. Now, if your child is in trouble, send him to us. We like to work with the kids that are having problems because we always have had problems. We want your children. If you say you got a child you can't control, give him to us. We know how to control him. We know exactly what to do because we are tough too. This is Clara Luper. Hello? Hello?
Stevens, Clara.
Yes.
I am 90 years old, going on 91.
Just a minute.
I am 90.
Is this Miss Freddie Stevens?
I am Freddie Mae Stevens.
Freddie Mae Stevens, you're going to be saluted at the pageant next Saturday night. You're how old?
90.
90 years old.
And soon will be 91.
When?
Not until November
In November, you'll be 91, but you're 90 years old. Were you surprised to know we are going to salute you next Saturday night because you represent and exemplifies the best that we have?
Thank you.
Will you be there?
I'll be there.
Will any of your friends be there to look
I'll
at
try.
you? Okay, well, you tell them they better call because our tickets are going fast.
All right.
Well,
Thank
thank you. You know, how could I have made that mistake? I was 10 years old, Harold. I
Isn't that
was
something? 90 years old.
90 years old and driving their own automobile, not complaining. And you know, a lot of people, as they get old, oh, I'm sick, my head hurt. But well, anyway, we will be saluting Mrs. Freddie Stevens at the 1996 Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant. That will be a day. That will be a day in which we will salute, and you will get to see her in living colors. But we have a young lady that will be playing the role of Mrs. Freddie Stevens. And I don't know, all of the kids want to play Mrs. Stevens, and we haven't yet selected, and you're going to be headed. Now, you have to be there at exactly 7:30. And tickets are available. I don't know whether we will have any left at the door, but those of you that want tickets to this pageant, where you will see the pages, and boy, we have some beautiful pages, where you will see the pages, the escorts, and the contestants. Now, in the state souvenir book, you will get to see all of the pictures of all pages. But we want you to know that you're going to see a show. Now, our show is not going to be long and dull. It's going to be right to the point, and we want you to be there. Our telephone number is 424-3949. For the last 48 minutes, I've made an appeal to those of you out in Radio Land. And this is an appeal that comes from my heart because I'm touched today. I'm emotionally and spiritually involved in this. And I need your support. I need you to form a committee of your own. And let's go out and let's search for Mr. King, because Mr. King would not put his family through this kind of heartache. I want you to get out now and help us. Please call me at 672-1220. And we want to make sure that everybody at the University Hospital, the Veterans Hospital and all, are on the alert. What could have happened to Mr. King, we don't know. But we know that somebody out there has seen Mr. King. Once again, Mr. Willie King is 5 feet, 8 inches tall, weighs between 185 and 190 pounds, was last seen wearing a green jumpsuit with a volunteer green jacket like a smock. He wears a gray stocking cap and a tea-brown short jacket. He has a van, a Dodge, and the number is XJH621. It's an 84 Dodge, gray and maroon striped. He was working as a volunteer at the University Hospital, OMH. Now, he is known as a deacon at the New Jerusalem Church of God in Christ, an usher, president of the Brotherhood, and most of all, he's a good neighbor. He has a cellular telephone, and that number is 650-5159. We see what we can do, and I need someone to call me and tell me that you have seen Mr. King or you know where he is. Please, this is a SOS, help, and it can be done. Now, Harold, today I'm telling all of my friends and I don't have any enemies. Everybody loves Clara Luper. Everybody loves Clara Luper. They love me so well until they are buying all of the tickets to the pageant. They are helping the young people. And I don't know whether everybody loves Maryland Hildred, your Allstate insurance agent, or Harold, or Calvin, or the group. And Calvin is out of town today, and certainly I miss him.
Well, Mother, this has been a very wonderful day. And I have someone can call and tell me who was the first Miss Black Oklahoma contestant to win, we have a basket
That you're going to give.
we're going to get.
Okay, well, that's easy. The first one to win what? Miss Black America?
Miss Black, Oklahoma.
Miss Black Oklahoma. The first Miss Black Oklahoma. That's not difficult to do. We want you to know that we do have tickets to the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant. They are $10. Now, we have sent out invitations to some of you that have supported us in the past to Miss Black America. We did that because we wanted to make sure that you got in that state pageant on June the 22nd. And you need to fill out your reservation slip and send it in immediately. Now, when one school tells us they need 90 tickets and another one say they need 60, and on down the line, we need support. We need you, and I want you to be there because I know you aren't going to be able to get in to the Merritt Convention Center unless you get your tickets in advance. It's going to be televised on June the 22nd by Fox 25, and it's going to be taped by Cox on 19 and be shown later. This is the first time in the history of this state that a large television station like Fox 25 and a cable station and somebody that's as black as a blackberry, like me from Hoffman, Oklahoma, have sat down together and said, we are going to do this thing together. Yes, thank you. Together we are going to do it. And these white folks are white folks, and they are going to do everything they can to help. You know, it's cheaper to help a child than to let that child grow up and hit you in the head. This is the Clara Luper radio show. If you know any children that you call bad, send them to us because we got some news for those children. Hello?
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 Yes?
Yes, I was calling to answer the question.
Yes.
The first Miss Black Oklahoma was Eva Knight.
That's so close until we are going to give it to you. Eva Knight with Miss Bronzeville. We're going to give her that basket. Eva Knight, and Eva Knight will be here. She will be giving $1,000 to the winner. And Harold is here, and you will give us your name. But the first, Eva Knight was Miss Bronzeville, and we call her Miss Black and also Melville Walker. And what is your name?
My name is Thais Ray.
Thais Ray. Okay, we have a number. This is the Clara Luper radio show. If you fool around with Thais will win everything for you. She won chitlins and whatever. You're a very brilliant, beautiful young lady. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Okay. Hello? Yes? Okay, I can't hear you. But I've got to hear you because I don't have a 7 minutes left, and I'm trying to find Mr. King, and I need some help. I really need some help. We want to get the word out. Now, if we have not found them and we have 7 more minutes here on radio, we want you, after this radio program, to get on the telephone and call some of your friends and ask your friends to call their friends, and let's unite and see what we can do to find Mr. King. Now, if we are able to do that, we would have done something that's quite outstanding today. Let's hear it from Mrs. V. We want to hear from Mrs. V. And we want to hear from Mrs. V. All right. And I know where Miss V is. She's thinking about us.
Attention, all of you gospel music lovers, introducing a new way of obtaining gospel CDs, cassettes, and videos without even leaving the comfort of your home. Miss V's mobile gospel music ministry offers all of the latest and the greatest in gospel music delivered right to your front door Tuesday through Saturday. Just call 424-8122 or 424-8220 for the latest and the greatest in gospel music delivered right to your front door. CDs, cassettes, and videos. Just call 424-8122 or 424-8220.
All right, flowers are due. It's St. Patrick's Day, and I know that many of you out there wondering what to do. You can send flowers. Flowers from exotic Florist. Harold, tell me about Exotic. You are close
Oh,
to
Exotic Floors' mother makes the best arrangement made by Sylvia and her husband James. And they have a beautiful shop that's located up on Lincoln that they moved into. The new location is 3620 North Lincoln. And you need to go by there and check it out. It's really something.
All right, that's Exotic, and they do funeral
They
arrangements,
do
with
funeral arrangements. They make any occasion, Mother's Day, Christmas, Easter, anything that you need, you can give them a call. Their number is 528-7659.
They will also accept major credit cards. They are located at 3620 North Lincoln Boulevard. Now, I want you to just go in that shop, and anybody tell me what black people aren't doing, I want you to go look and see for yourself. And that's Exotic Plants and Florists, 3620 North Lincoln Boulevard. Now, where can we pick up some of those Maryland's baskets? Baskets by Maryland.
You can go to United Drugstore at 36 in Spring Lake. You also at Circle J at Northeast 15th and Martin Luther King. Also at Buy for Less at Northeast Shopping Center on 36. You also can call Helen James at 749-5891. Call me, Harold Green, at 424-3949. And we make deliveries and we have specials.
All right, so we make deliveries and we have specials. Those of you that would like to give a scholarship or do anything for the young ladies that are in the pageant, will you call me 424-3949. It's a tremendous investment. And if you don't invest your money in young people, you aren't going to reap any great dividends. And so many of you say to me, Clara, everywhere you go, I see young people running up to you. Why is it they don't do me that way? Well, you haven't taken time with these young people. Take time now. Give a scholarship. It could be a $10 scholarship. It could be a $5 scholarship. It could be $100. It could be whatever you can afford, and we would appreciate that. Now, once again, presenting new MCs, Lenora Davis and Brenna Johnson, all working for you on next Saturday night. See my MCs in action. See the talent of these young people. And then you will have the opportunity to shake hands with Miss Black Oklahoma City and Miss Black Oklahoma County and wish them success as they march on to victory. It is the hopes of the people in Oklahoma City that this year Miss Black Oklahoma City will become Miss Black Oklahoma, and Miss Black Oklahoma will become Miss Black America. Oh, you won last year, but who will win this year? I do not know. Now, if you have gotten an invitation to participate in the Miss Black Oklahoma state pageant by taking out ads, by giving scholarships, or by getting reservations, remember, it's going to be semi-formal, and we want you dressed up like you have never been dressed up before, because we will have more cameras than you can even imagine. Don't take my word for it. You call Fox 25 and Cox Cable, and they will tell you all about it. As I look at the clock on the wall, Harold, I know it's within a minute of my saying goodbye to you. And I really hate to say goodbye to you today, because as yet I have not received one call from anybody that stated that they had seen Mr. Willie King. Now, I want you to join us today in looking for Mr. King, because Mr. King would not leave without telling his family. I want you to show us that you too understand, because someday, what goes around comes around. Today it's Mr. King that's missing, and tomorrow it could be Clara Luper or you. And certainly I would want you to hunt for me. I would want you to, one time I had my little black car missing, and you found it. You told me exactly where to go and get my car, and I know you're going to help me today. And as I look at the clock on the wall, with tears in my eyes, I'm going to have to say goodbye to you. But I'm also going to ask you to please help us find Mr. King. Remember, you can call here KTLV, or you can call Mrs. King. I've given you all that information. And until next Saturday at the same time, this is Clara and Harold saying goodbye, and we do love you. And remember, I want your bad children if you got any. Bye-bye.
This is AM 1220, KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma.